Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about being an only child. And the reason why I want to talk about that is if you guys didn't know, over the weekend, Regina King's only son Ian, passed away 3 days after his birthday of suicide. And the reason why I want to kind of talk about this is because, me being an only child, and I feel like a kindred spirit coming on from his death or whatever, especially because my mom, it's just me and my mom, to be honest. It's always have. I'm her only child. I know my dad has other children or whatever, but it's just me and her. It's always been me and her. And the reason why I want to kind of just kind of have this kind of talk about it is because I do feel bad. And I think there's something that a lot of people don't understand. I think there's like a pressure of being an only child. I know that some people don't really understand, like, if you're not an only child, it's one of those things that you'll never really understand, like, as a sense of you're kind of grown up alone, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to say that, oh, this is every only child's thing or whatever, because there are people who have children, have siblings or whatever, and feel like the black sheep of family. I get that. But as a sense of, like, everything is kind of on you to live up to your parents' expectations, to, like, maybe get married, have the kids, all that kind of stuff. That stuff falls on you. Or even, like, for instance, for me, not only the whole, my mom wants grandkids and stuff like that. I want that too, but right now I'm in a point where my life is where I'm not there financially, where I can take care of children. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I do want to have kids, but it's just not right now. And then being like the sole heir of most of my family's things, like, in case on my mom's side, the maternal side of my family, a lot of things fall on my shoulders, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything happens to my grandma, my mama, my uncle, anybody that's, close family to, my grandma, all of that stuff falls on me. So all the paperwork, all of the bills, all of that kind of, all of that kind of stuff just is kind of on you. And it is a little hefty pressure that I don't think a lot of parents understand. Yes, you can have your kids around other kids, you can talk to them and stuff like that, but there's always going to be a hint of loneliness that most people probably will never understand. Not that I'm not saying that people don't understand loneliness or don't get lonely. We all have it, but the hint of not being in a big family and it's just you and your parent, it does kind of cause a little mental stability that sometimes our parents can be there for us all the time. They can be on us, my mom's a little bit overprotective of me and stuff like that, even to this day. But you just can never know or whatever. And even another thing, being your only child, it kind of does make it hard for you to socialize or share opinions or feelings or whatever with anybody. I know, as a person, me being who I am, I'm a blunt kind of person. I don't really express my feelings to people. And I kind of take my own, my own issues, mental issues, if you want, of course we all have a little bit of mental issues or whatever. And I kind of take it on to myself. It's just me, myself, and I, to be honest. I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't expect, to have people around or whatever. And I always say, it's because this is what, God wants. If he wanted me to have people in my life, if he wanted me to have siblings or whatever, he would have granted them. And I mean on my mom's side, because, my mom and dad, they're not that close. And, my dad chose his other family over me a long time ago. But, so it's one of those things where you just be like, it's whatever, to be honest. I mean, you can't make somebody want you. And that's one of those hard lessons, especially for me, since I'm already such a loner as it is. The thoughts do happen. I don't want people to think that they don't happen, they can't happen. It can happen, and it does happen, to be honest. So, it's one of those things where, being the only child, having thoughts to yourself, and even sometimes if you seek the help, sometimes those thoughts are there. For me, my thoughts are there. Oh God, my thoughts are there. They are dark sometimes, and I drown it out with music. I try to drown it out by, doing things, especially when you're at work. Oh my God, when I'm at work, my thoughts are just crazy. You know what I mean? And I put on music. I try to watch YouTube videos. I try to reply to people. I try to do things that keep my mind distracted. Like, don't get me wrong, I do my work when I'm at work, but at the same time, my mind is so far thinking about other things that I have to drown the psychic part of my mind out with music, or maybe like videos or something like that, just to keep myself sane from not going insane. So it is one of those hard, like, little lessons that, I had to learn, or whatever, because I mean, especially being in a black family, you can't really go to, your family members and be like, oh, I have this kind of issue going on or whatever and stuff like that, because, as a black person and being in the black community, you're trained that, you suck that shit up, you get over it, and you move on, because there are way more things worse in life than whatever's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm not dismissing anybody's problems or issues or whatever, but it's just one of those things. That's how you kind of were raised especially in the black community, where, you have to be strong. You can't really have that emotional moment. You can't really let yourself feel that kind of stuff. To be honest, I don't even think I had let myself feel in years, to be honest. I'm probably emotionally dead inside, but that's neither here nor there. But see, I can joke about that kind of stuff or whatever. It just saddens when you see people, who have the ability to get the help or be around such a support system to still lose it. And part of me being a little semi-selfish is be like, it pisses me off, because it's just like, how goddamn weak of you, and how dare you, because you have everything granted. You have way more opportunity than most people could ever dream of, and you do this because I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know, Ian. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to judge or whatever, but it's just a part of me be like, God damn it, these celebrities, these people that are in power or whatever or something like that, you guys have like so many opportunities, more so than anybody else. If anybody need to be thinking about, oh man, whether I need to kill myself or something like that, it should be me, to be honest. Like, I don't understand. What the hell is you doing? Go around. Damn. All driving up on somebody. Dumb ass. Yeah, take your ass around. Dumb ass. In a fucking damn stupid Dodge and shit. Yeah, damn it. Oh Lord. See, somebody done distracted me. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see live and in person. That's what I'm doing. Look, did all that just to get in front of me. Ain't went no damn well. What the fuck? God damn it, these people do dumb shit. Jeez. But I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? It happens to the best of us. And it's just like, if anybody needs to think about taking their lives, it should be me. I go through a lot of BS that I don't share, and I'm never going to share. I'm not going to share a lot of things to people because that's none of y'all business. That's none of y'all business to know that. You know what I mean? It's really not. And I'm not about to sit up here and be like, oh, let me play sorry for myself because life just happens. You know what I mean? No, I'm just, I'm not about to have that. I just think that, it's one of those life learning lessons. We learn from it, we grow from it, we change from it. And, that's how I see it. It's just saddening when, people kind of take for granted the help that they have and, don't do anything with it, like, just, if you have the ability to get help, get help. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. If you have the ability to get help, get the help that you need or whatever. Don't do what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Don't listen to what I'm saying because what I'm doing might not work for you. But all I'm saying is, being an only child, it's tough. It's tough when everything is on you as a person, and maybe, I just sympathize because I do see a lot of only children who are the only child of their parents. A lot of them do commit suicide or whatever, and it sucks. It really does suck to see that because, it seems like society kind of rejects only children as well because a lot of them don't have the social cues because I grew up around adults. So my personality and bluntness comes from hanging around adults who don't take bullshit from nobody. And I don't know how that translates when you're a child. You know what I mean? And, and it ain't got nothing to do with, oh, your parents spoiled you or whatever. No, my mom spoiled me, but not like to the extent that, a lot of people be thinking. You know what I mean? She taught me a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm also, to myself as well. Like, I don't have a circle of people to trust. I don't have that connection to people. Like, sometimes I do feel like a robot at times, but you know what I mean? Like a robotic outsider or something like that. Like, I know I'm human, but the feelings of the feelings that you're supposed to feel as being a human just kind of doesn't flow with me, because I can easily go away and be fine. I try my best to remember that if people want to be around you, if people want to be in your life, they will. You can't force anybody. You can't get mad that people don't want to be around you or whatever. And that was something that, as a kid, I had to learn, because at first I was just like, oh, well, I'm lonely. Maybe I can get friends or whatever. But then, you kind of see how the world is, and I feel like I feel like the world kind of has a stigmatism against only child. I know this is just my opinion. I'm not saying it does, but I'm talking about from my experience and how how I feel about, the world or whatever. And it just kind of, it's kind of weird. Like, you don't understand when it's just you, when you're at the house and it's just you, your parent, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And all you have is maybe books, maybe video games, maybe TV shows. You go outside or whatever, but because you don't really live in areas around kids that often, you know what I mean? It's just you by yourself, and you have to find your own entertainment. You have to figure out how to navigate life by yourself without relying on others, and it's tough, especially, sometimes I be wanting help too, but I can't afford to ask nobody for help, because that's not how I was raised, and that's not how it's been. You know what I mean? It's just been me, myself, and I, and that's all I can, really try to rely on. Because I mean, when I tried, you know, people gave their ass to kiss, and it's tough. It really is tough to really try not to see the world like that. But you know, time and time again, the world proves me correct. And I just feel like maybe again with the whole Ian thing, and you know, I have my mom, and she has friends, and they have only children too, only childs, and they're worried or whatever and stuff like that, especially because you know, you got this pandemic. You know, if you're already alone, and then you got the government telling you, oh yeah, you can't be around nobody now, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those hard, tough things that, you know, like, damn it, you're already alone. You can't really go anywhere. And if you did have friends or something that you were holding on to, and then the government tells you that you're not allowed to do it anymore, it's hard. It's hard, especially like, I know how some people do go to drugs, alcohol, all of that to try to numb the pain or whatever. I mean, for me, I've never really had to do any of that and stuff like that. I try to numb that with drawings and music, and try to go to the gym and try to read books or whatever. That's why I am a little pissed off with how the pop culture has been right now, because it's just like, god damn it, the things that's keeping me on the edge of sanity is starting to falter, because people want to come in and change things and not listen. And that's another thing too, nobody ever wants to really listen to an only child neither. You know, it's always, oh, you talk too much or whatever and stuff like that. Well, I'm trying to get all my thoughts out, because I already know when I come home, it ain't nobody gonna listen to me. You know, there's only so much my mom is willing to want to talk about or whatever. You know, 9 times out of 10, I usually become the one where I'm listening to her thoughts and what's going on in her life, more so than her listening to what I got to say, you know. So it's one of those things like, you know, yes, I'm talking too much, but I'm trying to get the thoughts out or whatever, you know, or I'm trying to be heard, not like a spotlight or whatever, but you know, sometimes you do want to be heard, and you know, you do want that kind of proof that you kind of exist too, or you know, sometimes you do want to feel wanted by others, whether it's a sexual manner, whether it's a friendly manner, whether it's a lover manner. You know, I, again, can't speak for everyone. I'm just stating, like, these are thoughts that, you know, happens and whatever. And, you know, to hear all of these only children, I hear a lot of them, they, you know, kill themselves. You just be like, god damn it, you know? And then, you know, and then it puts a worryation on my mom or whatever, because she's worried. She's thinking that something's going to happen. And I'm like, no, ain't nothing going to happen. I'm not that damn stupid or anything. But, you know, I can understand why the person did what they did, though. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It sucks when it's just you and your mom, you know what I mean? Or dad, because, you know, I don't necessarily want to judge. I don't necessarily want to judge, because there are single dads too, where it's just them and the child, and that's it, you know? So it's one of those things where, you know, it's just a saddening thing to hear, to be honest. But I mean, you don't want to hear another person lose their life to suicide. And I'm not just only focusing on, but I mean, I'm focusing on only child, but you know, suicide is bad in general or whatever. But man, you know, this loneliness sometimes, you know, it gets the best of people. And I just feel like, as an only child, me trying to, you know, understand from an only child standard, like, man, being an only child and already being a loner and being alone as it is, and being told that you can't really do nothing, and also being in a community where we really don't share our feelings for anything or any issues or whatever. I mean, it's a killer. It's definitely a killer. But hey, I know I'm going around in circles, but I just kind of want to just throw my little thoughts out there. Rest in peace, Ian. I feel bad for Regina King because that is her only child. And Suicide Squad. I mean, Lord have mercy. Suicide is not the answer and stuff like that. It's a selfish thing to do, but it happens. It's life has to go on, but it's just sad when you hear about it and stuff like that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.